So, guys, we have a trade recap. We got break even today. Should have been a winning day, but unfortunately, we were at work, so we were not able to trail my stop loss. But let's go over this trade. So, overall bearish market. Where do I think we're headed? High time frame. This monthly fair value gap. We have this monthly fair value gap sitting right here. I think this could be the turning point in price where we actually might reverse off of and continue a bull market. But looks like a very good draw in order to continue higher. So I'm just pretty overall bearish on the day. I want to see price maybe retrace like this. You can see yesterday had a crazy dump, retrace, dumped again, retrace. I'm expecting another dump, and I'm expecting this day to actually take out the draw on liquidity. So as you can see, we got the dump, retrace, dump even lower, making a lower low, retrace, making a lower high, and then I was expecting this to make a lower low and continue into that fair value gap. So I just want to take some sort of trade lower. Um, that's about it. So coming into market open, I knew we had these highs up here. If we look on NQ, um, we had these highs, and then I also really liked this 15-minute fair value gap that ended up getting hit very nicely. Where is it at? Right here. But I didn't really get an entry in the morning. This was my main target for the day. I really wish, like, this was my trade. I really wish I ended up taking this. This would have been a very nice setup. It just was not like screaming my name. So I didn't end up taking that, and it probably would have gotten break even, to be honest. I don't know when I would have gone break even, but could have been like this high, maybe. I don't know. But this was the trade idea I wanted to take. I just faded this entry because we were sitting in this 15-minute gap still, and 5 minute. We also had like a 30 minute. None of these got inverse. So, and this 5 minute close like that, that would have been the candle after. So, like, I can't predict that, but yeah, this would have been a nice trade I wanted to take, but I did not end up taking it, which was fine. But after we took out those highs and tapped that 15-minute gap, I was expecting price to continue lower. So we had an SMT at these highs right here. It's not something I look at every single time I take a trade, but SMT at the highs, definitely expecting price to continue lower now. What do we get? A nice displacement candle on the 5 minute, flipping off this SMT, enter my short, go break even at this internal low. We started chopping around for a bit. So I was debating exiting just around break even, but I was like, nah, I've been doing this, and then it runs the TP. So I decided I took the trade. I'm going to accept the risk, and I'm just going to let it play out. So we ended up going down to our break even. And as we were right here, bro, I walked into work and I was like, all right, I'm going to set it at break even. If I can check in a little bit, move it to winning day if it still doesn't hit. And if it does, then bang. But we move it to break even, get off, crazy busy at work, can't hop back on, and then we get break even, unfortunately. What I wanted to do was once this low got taken out, I wanted to trade a winning day, which was like right around here, I believe. I'm not sure the exact time, but it was right around here. And it would have been a winning day on all 5 accounts, which would have been huge. But, it's whatever. There's going to be other trades. One thing I think I did bad about this trade was I kind of rushed it. You can see we're still pretty much in this range right here, right? We have not broken out of this range yet. We're pretty much chopping in it all morning long on ES. NQ kind of broke to the upside, but then we started failing and made the SMT, so I didn't want anything to continue higher. I wanted to see these continuation shorts and maybe take out this weekly fair value gap today. But as we can see, nothing crazy going on here. The 1 minute looks better, but that's the 1 minute. Um, but something I do want to look at is I was going to take this 1 minute short. Stop loss was going to be like up here, and I just wanted to take it to this low, which would have actually ended up playing out very nicely. Maybe would have gotten break even right here. Not too sure, but this would have been a very, very ideal trade. However, we had this giant 1 minute. We were in this 5 minute. I just didn't like any of these conditions. So once that 5 minute closed, that's when I took my entry and tried to take it down to this low, and it did not end up playing out. So it's all good. Gonna take a different trade at some point. This could have been a different draw just so I didn't get edged like today. But what are you gonna do? So let's get the journal in this trade. Take some pictures real quick, and we'll get to journaling. So you can see though the high time frame was definitely bearish today. may have possibly just edged this gap and we want to continue higher after Trump announced this news today. Absolutely insane candle, bro. Look at this shit. In 2 minutes, 3 minutes, oh yeah. 81 points on ES, which is a lot crazier than NQ, which in 3 candles we moved 440 points, which is absolutely absurd. And if you held up the entire time, you were up bread, as you can see. So this definitely could have been the flip to continue higher. I'm not sure. I'm kind of just going to play it by ear, but what I would ideally want to see today is this 4-hour gap get inverse overnight, and then maybe continuation to like this high right here or this 4-hour gap. But something I do like to take in mind is this high could be protected if we are bearish, continued out of this monthly fair value gap. A little bit farther away on NQ, so ES should hit it, maybe reject us, but yeah, pretty nice day in the market. If we see this flip, it would be very nice. But let's get to journaling this trade. So I said my pre-market analysis today was price has been trending lower all week, and I have conviction that it's headed towards the monthly fair value gap, which I would like price to reverse out of. One thing I do want to see is if ES gave a second entry today to a better gap, because I try to tell myself not to take the first flip. So technically, first flip would have been right here, down. Second flip would have been bang, bang. But I'm not taking that. That would not have been a solid trade. This is something that I definitely would have taken, and I would have gotten stopped out on it. Could have taken it to like that low. This was a very solid trade. I would have gotten stopped out on, but just entered a little earlier. So we had a bunch of 5-minute LRO below us that I wanted price to hit. That was my draw on liquidity. And then so my 15-minute conditions were bearish. If you look on the 15-minute, it was the same type of closure that we took our entry off of. It was right here. So we made that SMT, and then we flipped respecting this 15-minute gap as well. So that was why I really like this trade. But just unfortunate we got break even. Probably because this was the low inside of a fair value gap. But like I was saying, like I still expected this monthly fair value gap to get hit today. It's all good though. So we retraced into a 15-minute gap on NQ and created an SMT at the high, shifting my mindset to bearish. Why did it shift my mindset to bearish? Because the high time frame is overall bearish. If we see ourselves rejecting out of a decently high time frame, it's not like a 1 hour or 4 hour fair value gap, but a decent high time frame PD array and continuing to reverse out of it, that is just giving me more conviction that price is going to continue that high time frame trend. So that was my conviction in that. So we got a very strong invalidation candle that invalidated the whole retrace. and stopped a bunch of buyers out. We got break even on this trade because we were at work and have been a winning day. We got break even on this trade because we were at work and it should have been a winning day. However, if I wasn't going for winning days, it would have. And it was because I rushed the trade in chop. I was kind of predicting price would just flush there off the SMT. I could stay more patient. Trade I am super confident in. My emotions were fine. I was at work, so I did not really think about the trade that much. All right, and we'll put our pictures in real quick. Bang. And I would probably rate this trade like a B minus. Wasn't one of my best trades, wasn't one of my worst. So that's fine. But yeah, that's about it for the recap. Make sure to let me know if you guys have any questions in the comments. I'm sure I'll be happy to help. Feel free to join the free Discord in my bio. I'd be happy to help you guys in there as well. It'd be a lot easier. But yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Peace out.